Today in this video, we're going to talk about, should I buy a house in 2023? Well, yeah, if you need somewhere to live. Hi, I'm Rhonda Burgess. I'm a real estate broker and mortgage underwriter here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. And my firm is Southern Living Realty Partners. Hey. I know it's been a minute. First of all, let me give a shout out to some of my local folk. I want to give a shout out to Danielle and Crystal and Renee. I've run into these sisters here in the past few weeks, and I just want to say thank you so much for reaching out. And I'm sorry I've been out the loop for a minute. There's a lot of stuff been going on. You know how we do. So let's get into it right quick, though. I see this question being asked a lot. Let me say this. This market in 2023, this real estate market is more of a balanced market. Let's start with that. This is more of a balanced market. We've been in a seller's market for the past since like 20 to 22 to about the last quarter of 2022. We were in a seller's market, meaning there were more buyers than there were sellers. And everybody was in a frenzy, because all these companies said, well, you can go, live wherever you want to live. You don't have to be tied to the office. You don't have to come into the office. The pandemic changed a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So with that being said, people were free to move around the country. So a whole lot of people was like, I'm finna get the heck out of Dodge. I'm finna get out of the city. I'm finna get out of, these long commutes and all this other stuff. So that was cool. But that made a buying frenzy in a lot of parts of the country, especially the more popular parts of the country. I know here in Nashville, man, we blew up. It just blew up because so many people were coming from higher cost markets like maybe a California or New York, and they had money to spend and they could live wherever they wanted to live and still have their same job. So that created a buying frenzy. But what has happened now is, okay, pump the brakes. At the end of 2022, a lot of these companies, especially a lot of your big tech companies in general, were just like, okay, we're not doing this pandemic thing anymore, so y'all need to come back in the office. We gave up a lot of our office space, but a lot of them are still thinking like, you're more productive if you're in the office, if you're around your coworkers. So now a lot of people are having to go back to work in that office. A lot of people have, you're seeing more and more layoffs where I think a lot of companies overhired while we were on the shutdown. Because that was just a whole different environment. You know what I'm saying? Like we was having everything delivered. You was having your groceries delivered, your food delivered, your medicine delivered, everything, and I think we didn't know how long that was going to last. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of companies just really bulked up on servicing products and services for the home. So whether that was, we need a whole lot of more people in customer service and stuff because people were at home. And like, especially if you work from home, you need to make sure your internet was running, like a top so you could be able to work. So it just created different markets and different opportunities. But now they put a hold on this. They like, boo-boo, you come back in the office. We're laying off people. In fact, let me tell you something right here. I've been telling y'all for years that, Amazon was building a logistics hub here in Nashville, supposed to be bringing 5,000 jobs. Well, if you ain't been paying attention, they just, it was in the newspaper the other day, they put a hold on completing their building because they've already hired 2,500 people. And that was the minimum they had to do for their tax credit. If y'all, pay attention to what's going on. So now Amazon is like, we're going to hold up a minute. We ain't going to, use this money, finish this building. We ain't finna do all this. We ain't finna bring in no more people for a minute. We just gonna hold up. Okay. And so you seeing a whole lot of other companies just saying, hold up for a minute because we don't know what's going on as we come out of this pandemic. Because another thing, I saw where I guess it's the Secretary of Health said this will be the last extension of the pandemic bill or whatever it is going through May of 2023. And they said they're not extending that pandemic thing again. So that means, I don't know if I want to use the word getting back to normal or whatever, but let's just say this. We are not going to have this same pandemic the same economy we had during the pandemic. Once this pandemic is supposedly over with, it's not going to be the same at all. So I say all of that to say this. Let's just go there. This is a more balanced market. I was doing videos in 20 and 21 where my buyers were getting just run over. Y'all was getting run over because you couldn't compete with that institutional buyer, which they ain't out here no more. You know, your Zillow quit buying, Open Door, ain't made no money. I don't even see them real tough in my market anymore. A lot of these other institutional buyers are just gone. Okay, so you don't have that to compete with. Very good. And it swung back more to a even or a balanced market where buyers don't have the upper hand and sellers don't either. In certain places now, you know, check your local market. But in a lot of places now, people are still getting multiple offers on their house because there's still not enough inventory, because people have just stopped moving. A lot of people have stopped moving. You know, you got to go back to work, and different things, or you need to, now that the world is opening back up and we're back doing our own things, you know, you don't want to move your kids out of school zone, different stuff like that. So a lot of people are not moving. So when a good house, properly priced, comes on the market, you are liable to see still multiple offer situations. But the good thing about it for the buyers is normally now you're just competing against another buyer, another real person. You're not competing against these institutional buyers and all these folks with all this cash. You know what I'm saying? So that's one good thing. It's just, like I just said, it's just more of a balanced market. In a balanced market, I know here in Nashville, in my market, a balanced market is about, it takes about between 60 and 90 days for a house to move, for a house to sell. So for me, I think it's good. I love it. It's slowed down. Okay, everybody's talking about a crash. It's going to crash. Market's going to crash. Market's going to crash. Y'all been hearing this. We've been hearing this for 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing this for forever. Let me tell you one reason why people put out all them videos and talk about the market's going to crash, because negativity sells. Negativity sells. If somebody came out and said, oh yeah, I think it's going to be a beautiful, you know, spring real estate market, and you know, and everything's going to be wonderful and roses and unicorns and rainbows, that don't sell. Ain't nobody going to watch that video. And y'all know they not. Ain't nobody going to watch that video. Everybody wants to hear all this doom and gloom. All this doom and gloom. I've been saying from the get-go, once it go up to a peak, I expected it to level off. And that's what's happened. The third reason, another reason why I just feel like this is just a bunch of mess, is because now people are talking about, well, I'm not going to buy again until rates get back in the 2% or under 3%. Baby, that ain't happening. That is not happening. That is not happening. That was a fluke, in my opinion. It was just, I have never, you know, I've been in real estate and mortgages for since 97. Was that 26? What, you know, I can't, sometimes math is not my strong point on that, you know, counting up years. But let me just say this. I've never seen 3% rates in 26 years. So when you had them 2.5s and 2.75, praise the Lord, knock on wood, you know, we refinanced. I bought at 3.75 and refinanced to 2.75. So that's all I'm saying is when you just don't see those type of occurrences happening. And if you missed out on it, I hate to tell you, but you just missed out. Those rates are not going to be back that low anytime soon. But the point of the matter is, if you need a house, if you need somewhere to live, buy you a house. Buy you a house. What are we talking about? So you want to go pay this rent? This rent is astronomical. This rent is crazy. They talking crazy to you. You know, a lot of these you know, especially these apartment complexes and stuff, they feeing you to death. They add on a fee for this and a fee for the garage and a fee for the trash pickup. And if you don't have your trash out at a certain time and all this and all that, listen, home ownership is not like that. There are a whole lot more, sometimes there can be a whole lot more expenses when it comes to home ownership. But let me just say this, you have a whole lot more freedom to do what you want to with your property, how you want to do your property. Okay, rent is due on the 1st, late after the 5th. After the 5th, they putting on late fees. They trying to kick you out and everything. Okay, listen, mortgage due on the 1st. You got to the 15th to pay it. It don't come late to the 16th. And I can tell you this for a fact. The mortgage companies, they don't want your house back. They don't want your house back. Can I say it one more again? They don't want your house back. They are in the business to lend money. They do not manage property. Okay? So you just have a lot more leeway. You have a lot more, just flexibility when you own a house versus when you are renting a place. Okay? You have no control when you are a renter. So should you buy a house in 2023? Yes. If you need a house, buy one. Okay? I don't want to hear about, well, Rhonda, the rates right now are like 6.5 and they used to be 3.5. Okay? I'm 165 pounds. I used to be in 105. I used to weigh 105. Okay, boo. I'm not going back there either. Okay? So my point is, you got to deal with what you got right now. If you missed out on the 3% because you wasn't ready or your credit wasn't ready or whatever, okay. But don't think of it as you missed out. That wasn't your window. That wasn't your window. Your window may be 2023. Your window may be 2024. Whatever it is. If you got your credit together, you got your money together, and you need somewhere to live, buy you a house. Yes, buy. If rates come back down in the future, refinance. Duh. You can do just a rate and term refinance in the future. You ain't even got to take no money out if you don't want to. Or if you don't have enough equity or whatever, do a rate and term refinance in the future. It's not that big of a deal. On a rate and term refinance, we just look at, did you pay your last 12 months mortgage on time? You did? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Then we can bring that interest rate down. So don't feel like you have missed out on the opportunity to buy just because the rates are not where they used to be, 3-4 years ago. It's still a prime. If you need somewhere to live, buy you a house in 2023. Again, my name is Rhonda Burgess. I'm a real estate broker here in the Middle Tennessee area. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in Nashville, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below in the description. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.